高端访谈专访库克群岛总理布朗。就任总理后首次来华，他对中国发展成就赞叹不已。
In recent years coming here, that development has accelerated again.
参访上海、青岛、哈尔滨，他期待与中国深化全面战略伙伴关系。
Each one of the site visits that we've been to and even here have been critical in laying the groundwork, if you like, or planting the seeds for future collaboration.
他说：“和平与发展是太平洋岛国最大的心愿。”
We like to be seen as an area of collaboration and cooperation.
高端访谈专访库克群岛总理布朗，敬请收看。
关注国际焦点，洞察世界风云。大家好，欢迎来到本期的高端访谈，我是邹韵。今天我们来到了哈尔滨，即将在这里专访库克群岛总理布朗。来华出席第9届亚东会议闭幕式，布朗总理对于哪些精彩瞬间念念不忘？参访上海、山东，他对于中国式现代化有怎样的理解？见证签署多项双边合作文件，他期待两国全面战略伙伴关系如何进一步深入发展呢？今天我们一起在对话中寻找答案。Mr. Prime Minister, thank you so much for joining us on Leaders Talk, or should I say, Kirana. Hopefully, if I pronounce it perfectly in Maori. So, to start with, traveling from a tropical island nation to the icy city of Harbin, which is now still in sub-zero condition, how are you embracing the chill as well as the chanting beauty here?
Well, we've come to a land of ice and snow. I come from a land of sand and sea. Yes. But we both have beautiful sunshine, although the sunshine here is outside was, I think, minus 10 degrees. Our sunshine that I left in the Cook Islands was about 30 degrees. So slightly different temperatures, but certainly meeting the people here, we can see the similarities in the friendship and the friendliness of the people.
So you felt the warmth and also the hospitality of the people, definitely.
And the hospitality has been tremendous here in Harbin in particular.
Well, last night you attended the closing ceremony of the 9th Asian Winter Games. Is there anything special, some memories or highlights that really stood out to you during the event?
Well, we were there for the closing ceremony, and I thought this is the first time I've been to a Winter Games of any type. And I thought the closing ceremony was a beautiful production that combined technology with the theatrical performances of each of the groups that were part of the closing ceremony. The closing of the games coincided with the end of winter and then the coming of spring, right. To give a bit of hope and a bit of color and a bit of positivity. So that whole production, I thought, was really beautifully done.
Prime Minister Brown, actually your visit to China this time marks the very first state visit to the country as the Prime Minister of your country in the last 10 years. So what specific outcomes do you hope to achieve by the end of this visit?
Well, I would be the 4th Prime Minister that has visited China since our nearly 30 years of formal diplomatic relations. This engagement here is a significant milestone in the relationship that the Cook Islands now has with the People's Republic of China. The comprehensive strategic partnership that we signed up provides a framework for formal engagement between our two countries across various sectors in areas of common interest and common development priorities.
Yesterday, a number of bilateral cooperation documents were signed. So how do you interpret the significance of that, and how do you envision this comprehensive strategic partnership moving forward?
Well, it's in the spirit of cooperation and collaboration across a number of sectors. Firstly, in the area of scientific research, innovation, technology, China has proven to be a world leader today in many areas of scientific research and technology. We look through that partnership and collaboration to assist our own country in lifting our scientific capabilities through partnerships, through collaborations with like-minded institutes and research organizations here in the People's Republic of China. So that's very important for us as we move to a new an emerging sector in our country, in our economy, which is, of course, our seabed. So we're very excited about.
Marine science and blue economy was especially highlighted during your trip in Qingdao. By the way, that was my hometown, so hopefully you had a great time there. So can you elaborate on how cooperation on that front will proceed?
Well, we had very good discussions with the First Institute of Oceanography and also had the opportunity to visit one of the firms or the agencies involved in the aquaculture industry and its potential in how we could develop our aquaculture in the future. In the aquaculture sector, the science behind the industries there was very, very impressive. And really, it is a significant amount of research and development that has taken place by China to get to the stage of where they've developed aquaculture industry to a level that is now a significant contributor to not just the Shandong province, but to the Chinese economy as a whole. It is through those linkages that we hope to be able to provide opportunities for our people. As a country that's nearly 2 million square kilometers in size, so the future prosperity of our country, it's inevitable that we will turn to the ocean for that.
In terms of the developments of the country, which part do you feel kind of inspirational and helpful to the development of your country?
Oh, I think each one of those visits in each of the cities plays a key role in development that we're looking at, particularly around the science and research area, the technology transfer area. The ocean simulator pool at the Shanghai University, one of only 3 in the world, but this is the largest one. And the type of work that they can do in simulating ocean conditions, whether it be for things like platforms for ships, for ocean farms, aquaculture farms, those sorts of things, is going to play a significant role for a country like us who is an ocean country. So each one of the site visits that we've been to, and even here in Harbin, have been critical in laying the groundwork, if you like, or planting the seeds for future collaboration. And we hope to harvest the fruits of those seeds together in the coming months and in the coming years. And I look forward to producing my vlog here in Harbin, and I'll be posting it to our people back home. So I'm going to be rugged up in a polar bear outfit in the snow, and I want to do the interview, well, my vlog. It's basically to let our people know that when I do come back home, which will be on Sunday, that I will be in a position to explain to them the outcomes of our visit here.
中国之行临近尾声时，布朗总理在尔滨实现了心愿，他把录制的视频发布在了社交媒体上。
I te mataiti 1997, wa saina ia tō tātou kōrero motu pirianga Pasire Kuki Airani e te tinto. E mara ua nei tātou i tau atuatora in 1997, ko tomo ia tō tātou Pasire, nā roto i te tai au tuma te tang. Ko tomo mai a tinto i te tauturu i tātou i te tai a koroanga tā tātou i Ngaro, tā tātou i mātou, tā tātou i marama nei i te atuatou.
漫天的冰雪映衬出布朗总理的访华热情。他在视频日志中回顾了库中两国建交28年来的友好情谊与合作成果，细数了在上海、青岛、哈尔滨等地的参访经历，并表示期待未来进一步深化两国全面战略伙伴关系。
Mr. Prime Minister, you first visited China over 2 decades ago, and then in 2019, and then this time again. So what part of the changes and developments about the country that are really impressive to you?
I recall, yes, 25 years ago when I was here, a lot more people were using push bikes back then.
Bicycles on the streets, yes.
Bicycles than cars. And of course, when I came back later, a lot more developed the country has become. But in recent years coming here, that development has accelerated again. And we see now a huge advent of electric vehicles, the new train systems that are being used at high-speed rail. The transportation networks are very, very modern. The advent of things like artificial intelligence, the technology that is now available and being developed here in China. It is a remarkable growth in the approaches and the use of technology today.
Prime Minister Brown, respect is the cornerstone of China's policy towards its relations with the Pacific Island countries, and Chinese President Xi Jinping has emphasized that China fully respects the sovereignty and independence of these nations, their development aspiration, cultural tradition, as well as the efforts to seek strength through unity. So how do you understand the significance of this policy?
As a small country, we've always valued the respect that the People's Republic of China has afforded to the Cook Islands since our signing of our formal diplomatic relations. And it is that respect of our sovereignty as a state that has no doubt also encouraged other countries to establish their formal relations with the Cook Islands. So that respect, as you called it, that is afforded to other countries is certainly one that we are very appreciative of, and certainly one that we return in same regard. Respect between countries, regardless of how large or how small they are, is a fundamental cornerstone of good relationships, building good relationships between our countries.
Well, let's get to some of the details between our bilateral relation. Damato Vai, meaning source of water, in Cook Islands, Maury, is also now the name of a significant water infrastructure project. And this is a very special project because it's a collaboration, a tripartite collaboration between China, New Zealand, and the Cook Islands. It might not be only the unique form in the region, but also even very unique around the world. And in what way has this project improved the livelihood of the local communities?
It was a first of its kind in the world, where China, with the Cook Islands, partnered with New Zealand as a third partner to be able to achieve the outcomes of this particular project, which was to upgrade the water system on the island of Rarotonga, the main island of the Cook Islands, a system which had been in place for nearly 100 years and obviously needed upgrading. By collaborating as three nations in this particular project, we were able to share and spread the cost of the development amongst the three countries. But it was an important project for us simply because the old water system, when it was periods of heavy rain, you would have muddy water coming through the taps. When we had periods of long dry seasons, there would be nothing coming through the taps. That project, I would say, has provided a huge increase in the quality of water that is now provided around the island. So when it does rain now, the water is still maintained clean because of the intake system we have with filtration, the cleaning of water, the removal of debris from the water that comes through our taps. This was the largest infrastructure project that we had entered into since the construction of our international airport. So it's a significant project. It provides one of the basic necessities, not just for life, but also for economic development, and that is good, clean water supply. So it is a project that, in our minds, was very successful.
There's a win-win-win.
Win-win-win, yeah, that's right.
And why are you so aware of the so specific details about this project?
Well, I was the Minister of Finance. I am still the Minister of Finance, but I was also the Minister responsible for the completion of this particular project. So I was quite intimately involved and aware of the details of the project itself.
Well, Prime Minister Brown, I want to show you some photos. You might recognize this is a local school.
Yes.
Right? It's the Api Nikko School, built with Chinese assistance. Actually, this school was first burned down by fire. And at the time, the students, they have no classrooms. They have to have classes under big trees and run to auditorium during raining season.
That's right.
And a Chinese company helped rebuild this project, and the entire project was finished within 8 months or so. Very, very efficient. And now I don't know whether you're aware that the school has been called Ni Hao School by locals, and Ni Hao means hello. Yes, in Mandarin. And how do you think this school has impacted the education system in the country?
Well, the school, as you pointed out, Nikao School, Api Nikao School, that was my school when I first went to school.
I noticed that. I'm going to ask you that.
As a young boy when I first started school.
Right.
So it has special significance for me as well. But again, this was another example of our close relationship with China. So this school that was built now plays a significant role in providing good schooling conditions for the children in that part of the island. And the way that it's been constructed is certainly very sturdy building because it's right near the ocean. And this is a part of the island that when we do have tropical storm or cyclone, the sea does come over the shore, over the road, and can come across into the school as well. So its construction that I saw was done in a way to be able to withstand very strong winds and also to withstand any sea surge that might come up and reach the school.
Did you get a chance to visit the school after the rebuilding of it?
Yes, we were there for the opening
when
of the school.
Go back to those good days, or how does it feel when when you see the renovation of this brand new school?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I enjoyed it. There's now 2 schools that have combined to be in this one school. So it is now forming one of the larger schools, primary schools on the island. But it was, yes, certainly brought back a lot of memories.
Yes. Well, Mr. Prime Minister, maybe you also noticed that last year, a delegation from the Cook Islands attended China International Import Expo, CIIE. So what kind of opportunities do you foresee for platforms like this in promoting world trade, global development, and also what kind of specialty products maybe do you want to introduce to the Chinese markets through platforms like this?
Yes, I was aware that we did have a small delegation that came through to the expo last year. And as a small country, we are not, I guess, big producers or big developers of large volumes of product. So our products that we would produce would be targeted towards niche markets, very small buyers of discerning products. There may be things like vanilla products, which are low volume but high value for producers. Of course, our black pearl products are, again, very low volumes, but for the very discerning buyer, and other such products. So these are the opportunities, I guess, that we would look at for our people, our young entrepreneurs, to be able to be part of this Chinese market.
As a leader of an island nation, you're also paying close attention to climate change, and you referred it as the biggest threat of the security and livelihood of your country. So what do you think is key, Mr. Prime Minister, in improving the resilience and mitigating the challenges or mitigating the impacts of those climate-related challenges?
We have made numerous statements as a Pacific Islands Forum that climate change is our single biggest threat to our existence. For many of our islands, they are just low-lying atolls, only a few meters above sea level. So the reality of increased storm surges that wash across our islands, the threat of coastal erosion and sea level rise, these are not just threats, these are everyday occurrences that many of our countries face. What's important for us is, if this is going to happen, how do we build resilience against the impacts of climate change? How do we strengthen things like foreshore development to make sure that our lands are not washed away? How do we strengthen the buildings that we have that are more continuously being inundated with high winds and cyclones? These are the challenges that we face, and there is no doubt that the cost of resilience is disproportionately high for small island countries because of the scale of economies. So reliance on climate finance is a critical component of our own development priorities moving forward. And we continue to advocate for those countries to be able to provide climate financing.
What is your vision on enhancing collaboration with China on that front?
We're looking to collaborate with China in terms of the conversion to renewable energy in our country. Already with our discussions and meetings that we've had with certain key institutions, China has demonstrated that its advanced technology in battery technology, in renewable energy technology, will play a significant role in helping countries like us transition to renewable energy.
Some of our viewers might not be very familiar with the Cook Islands, but it is actually depicted as a hidden paradise. And I found some very interesting facts about your country, such as no building is taller than coconut trees on the island, and some other facts among. So maybe taking this opportunity, what kind of thrilling adventures do you think our viewers could be interested, and if maybe they want to visit the island in the future as a potential tourist?
Well, it's renowned, I guess, for its beauty as a tropical island. So it's nice and warm. There are beautiful beaches. It is great for snorkeling or even for diving over the reef if you are familiar with scuba diving. It's great for fishing. It's great for adventure tours as well, for quad bikes, jet skis. All of the things that make a tropical holiday excursion a lot of fun. The food and beverage culture on the island is very well developed. And not only does it have the tropical beaches, but also it's a mountainous island. So within mere minutes, you can be up also in mountains in the lush tropical mountains of the island. If you were going to try a cross the island walk as another excursion. So it has a lot for a small island packed into a very small area. A lot of activities for people to do and enjoy. And I do note we do get a lot of honeymooners that do come through to the island. Yes, to enjoy their honeymoons there. A lot of weddings are also held by tourists and visitors who choose to come and get married in a tropical paradise. And that's the logo that we have for our tourism industry, is love our little paradise.
Oh, wow. That's really romantic.
Yes.
And I want to show you a photo.
Oh, wow.
This is you.
Yes.
Obviously. And I can't help but notice that you've actually experienced almost all phases of sports, from being an athlete to a coach to a president of a touch rugby association, etc. And I'm really curious to know that how some of your most or proudest achievements and moments have shaped your political career.
Yes, I've been involved in sports nearly all of my life, really. And as you pointed out, as a national representative, as a coach, as an administrator, and all the way as a minister of sports, which I held that portfolio for a brief period of time as well. In the sports that I play, a lot of it is about preparation and teamwork. And these are the things that work well in our system of governance that we have with a parliamentary electoral system. Working as a team is critically important to be able to progress. If you're a sports team, to progress your sports team into championships, but in politics is to progress your country into achieving its development goals.
What is the biggest takeaway for you? What are the biggest gains from doing sports for all those years?
No pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying the pain, or the gain that generated from the pain.
Well, there are times of challenges that you go through. There are times that you have to have faith in the goals that you have set are the right ones that you are going to achieve for your country.
Mr. Prime Minister, it was a great pleasure talking to you, and many thanks for sharing with us your very insightful views. Greatly appreciated.
谢谢.
Thank you, 谢谢.
"在刚刚结束的专访当中，布朗总理滔滔不绝地与我们分享了这几天他在上海、青岛、哈尔滨的经历，并赞叹中国式现代化取得的成就。他表示，两国长期以来相互尊重、平等相待，感谢中国对库克群岛发展的支持和帮助，期待未来与中国深化多领域互利合作。感谢您收看本期的高端访谈，我是邹韵，我们下期再会。